Hey y'all, it's Olichia. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing another colorful apartment. I always feel like I'm doing these, but it's just because it's my favorite. So I had a lot of fun. Hopefully you'll enjoy the video. We are renovating 1310 21 Chic Street. And I think this might be my first time ever doing a video renovating this apartment. I always do the other two apartments in this building, and for some reason I always forget that this apartment also exists. And it's a nice size. Well, it's nice and small. If you like decorating small spaces, which I do, it's perfect. Anyway, we are starting here in the living area. You can see the color scheme kind of starting to come together. This rug is from Horse Ranch. The armchair and couch are from high school years, I believe. And you'll notice there's a lot of pinks, a lot of teals, a lot of yellow. There is pretty much every color in this apartment, but those are maybe the main ones, especially teal. You may have noticed if you've watched a lot of my videos that when I make apartments, they're usually colorful, and when I make houses, they're usually not as colorful. And I don't know where that comes from, but I just have this idea in my head that apartments are colorful, houses are not. I don't know. Let me know if you have that too. Also, this might be the first time that I've ever used those canvases in that swatch with like the hot dog and the bright yellow frame. I feel like I've never used it before, but it fit nicely in this space, and I try to bring that yellow color again throughout the space. It's not terribly easy because there's not a ton of stuff in the Build and Buy catalog that's that color, but there are a few things like a mirror that I add later on. Anyway, we're working on a little desk space here. I got the desk from Horse Ranch, which is not very colorful. It's white, but you may have noticed I tried to add a bit of like rustic white furniture throughout this apartment to sort of balance it out. I don't have that much yet. I just have the desk and the little TV stand in the living area. But yeah, I just thought maybe that would help balance things out. Here's that yellow mirror I was talking about. You'll see in just a second that I actually do add a second mirror, like right next to the bathroom door there, so very close to this first mirror. And I was hesitant to place that because I've heard that when you put two mirrors close together in the game, it starts to run a little more slowly because it's like really complicated to load the reflections or something like that. I don't know. I've just heard that it's not great to do. So if you download this apartment, which will be available on the gallery shortly, and it's not running great, maybe delete one of those mirrors. I'm not really sure. I just thought it looked nice there, so I decided to keep it. I figure it's an easy fix, you know, just delete it if you need to. Anyway, we are working on the kitchen now. I went ahead and used these counters and cabinets from Dream Home Decorator. On the bottom, I'm going with a simple brown, but then up top, I went with this really bright teal color that I think matches nicely with the sofa and other stuff throughout the apartment. I also add these flowers on the counter in just a second that are really bright yellow and really bright pink. And I think that sort of ties in the colors nicely from the living room where I have that really bright hot dog canvas lent up against the wall. This apartment is also a lively neighbors apartment, or rather it has the lively neighbors trait, which means that you're going to hear your neighbors fighting, playing loud music, some other stuff, and it keeps your sim from going to sleep, and it can also like irritate them, give them a bad moodlet. So it's annoying. If you were gonna live in this apartment, I just want to warn you, it would be really annoying because of that trait, but not as annoying as living in a needs TLC apartment. Please tell me you agree. It's like kind of fun for storytelling that like your apartment is so run down and you need to like constantly be calling the landlord to fix things and maybe there's bugs and stuff. Like I can get it for like a storytelling perspective, but it gets really, really old really fast. I did it once and I didn't care for it, but let me know. Maybe it's your thing. Maybe you really enjoy it. Anyway, we are working now on the bathroom. You may notice it's very white. I wanted it to sort of give the idea that this person moved into an apartment that was very boring and spruced it up as best as they could. Obviously, there's not much you can do in a boring all-white bathroom other than like change the shower curtain, add a cute bath mat, add a cute painting. So I tried to do all those things. I also added a cute little plant from the Blooming Rooms kit above the, would you call it a medicine cabinet? Above the thing that is above the toilet. And that plant, by the way, is like my favorite right now because it's so tiny and it slots really well pretty much anywhere. And then if you need it to be bigger and you size it up one, it's also like the perfect size for, say, like being on like a kitchen table as a centerpiece. So yeah, I've been super into that plant lately. Also, we're now working on the bedroom. This bed is from the Pastel Pop kit, I believe. I rarely use it. Not exactly sure why, but I think this is like my second time using it ever. I just thought it fit the space so nicely with the teal of the bed frame and the pink and yellow of the bed spread. And now we are hanging up some clothes in a little built-in wardrobe sort of thing. And this might be a little weird, but I add like a little plant and a seat right in the middle of the hanging clothes. I just thought it looked cute. I don't know. If you hate it, you could always delete it. Anyway, just adding a little mirror. I also add an easel and some canvases. This will be up on the gallery very soon. The reason it's not up right now is because I'm playing offline because I hate updating my game because then all my mods break. But I will update my game just in case anyone wants to download this build. Okay, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.